Thank you for the time. Really appreciate it. We are just a few weeks away from Election Day. The first question I wanted to ask you is, when you think about wins and losses that you've had in court, what wins do you point to that indicates to voters that you're ready and deserve a second term? Because there has been some losses as well recently, the Flint Water Crisis being the most recent.
Well, first of all, you show me a lawyer that's never lost a case, and I'm going to show you a lawyer that's never done anything consequential in their entire lives. We have brought so many cases at the Department of Attorney General in the last 4 years, and so many great success stories. We brought in over $800 million of a settlement from the opioid manufacturers and distributors. That's money that's going to go all around the state of Michigan to help people who are suffering from addiction. We have saved consumers over $2 billion in excessive price raising of their rates for their utilities, for their gas or for their electric bill. We challenge every single time the utilities try to raise their rates, and we've done everything we can to try to keep the rates as low as possible. We have so many new initiatives. We have a payroll fraud unit in our office. So if you are a worker and you get scammed, you get taken advantage of, your tips, your overtime, you're misclassified as an independent contractor, but really you're an employee and you're not getting your medical benefits, your retirement benefits, you can come right to our department now and make that complaint to us, and we take care of it for you. We have a hate crimes and domestic terrorism unit that is going after people. We have white supremacists and domestic terrorists that are right now in the Michigan Department of Corrections who had plans to, blow up grocery stores and churches and synagogues. But instead, we're keeping communities safe. We just yesterday convicted our 7th in a row defendant in the clergy abuse investigation, the largest sexual abuse investigation of any state AG's office in America. Out of 11 defendants we charged, that's 7 in a row. And these are cold case sexual assault cases. These were children that never got any justice. We're giving that to them. So we have had win after win after win. And we've done a lot to assist people in this state, whether it's their drinking water, ensuring that that's clean, or that the air they're breathing is, free of contaminants, or whether it's making sure that members of the LGBTQ community don't get fired for being who they are. I mean, we've done so many things to make life better for people all around the state of Michigan. And that's not what they're offering on the other side. They're offering hate and divisiveness. We're offering an office that protects everyone equally under the law, justice for everyone.
And I do want to do a quick follow-up, only because it is the most recent case. What comes next with the Flint crisis? Is there still a next to be had here after the most recent decision?
Well, I mean, these are cases that I can't legally be involved in. I settled those civil cases. That was the biggest settlement in the history of the state of Michigan to try to help indemnify people who were poisoned by their own government. And I worked tirelessly to make sure that happened. Of course, I assigned the criminal cases to Prosecutor Kim Worthy from Wayne County and my Solicitor General, and I know they're working tirelessly on those cases as well. But what I want the people of the city of Flint to know is you have people at the Department of Attorney General that care deeply about you and that are there fighting for you each and every day. We've done, whether it's Flint, whether it's Detroit, whether it is cities and communities all around the state of Michigan. We have expungement fairs all over the state to try to assist people who have old convictions on their record to be able to start a new lease on life, understanding that they're going to make 22% more in just 1 year from the time they get their old record expunged. We have driver's license restoration fairs all over the state. Just was at one in Lansing the other day. Hundreds, thousands of people on a regular basis getting their licenses back, often people who were too poor to be able to afford them. And we have all our great new initiatives. We have Job Court in Wayne County, in Genesee County, Marquette County, where we're taking low-level offenders and we're placing them directly into job training and into a job that helps employers. These people now are going to be paying taxes instead of costing us money behind bars. And they stay crime-free that way as well. Their recidivism rates are very, very low. We have the organized retail crime unit, first of its kind, anywhere in America, where we're tackling those smash and grabs that you've been reporting on and helping to do several things. One, make sure that because of the reduction in theft, that people pay less money for their products that they buy at the store, and making sure that we don't have stores, whether they're small businesses, whether they're big box retailers, shutting down all over the state of Michigan because they can't afford to stay in business. I mean, those are the kind of innovative new programs that we offer at the Department of Attorney General that the AG's office never had before.
When you think about the voters, what do you believe this election is about? What do you think is at stake specifically with your race?
Well, several things, Firstly, I was watching the January 6th hearings yesterday, and I think it's important to note, right? I am somebody who has vigorously defended the rights of people in Michigan to vote and to make sure that their vote counts. My opponent, on the other hand, was actually in Washington, D.C. with the Trump campaign on January 6th, plotting. He supports the insurrection, he supports people who were involved in the insurrection, and he was part of the effort to overthrow the government. He still has a case pending before the Michigan Supreme Court in an effort to decertify the results of the 2020 election. That's not what people want in Michigan. They want their vote to count. They want the Attorney General to defend the will of the people, no matter who they voted for, not only if they voted for Donald Trump. And the other thing that we have on the ballot is, reproductive freedoms in a way that we've never had to worry about before. I have done everything to vigorously defend a woman's right to choose and to make sure that those decisions remain between her and her doctor and her family, and that those decisions are not taken away and given to people who are in Lansing or in Washington, D.C., politicians. They shouldn't be making those decisions. Women ought to be making those decisions. My opponent, on the other hand, is so radical, he's so extreme, that not only does he believe that abortion should be illegal and criminalized in all sets of circumstances, including when a woman will die as a result of pregnancy or labor, but he also wants to ban birth control. He said he wants to treat Plan B the same as fentanyl. That's not a joke. That's his policy. He thinks that Griswold v. Connecticut, the seminal case that made birth control legal nationwide, should be overturned. That's scary, that's extreme, that does not represent the values of the people of the state of Michigan.
I'll get back to right to choice in a minute, but I do want to ask you, you have hit on this a little bit here, but do you believe your opponent is unfit to serve, and if so, why?
Absolutely, he's unfit to serve. I mean, this is the first time in the history of this state that we are going to see an individual who's running as, for one of the top two major political parties for the top law enforcement official who might lose his law license. He has so many grievances that are pending before the Attorney Grievance Commission. I mean, his history is of, padding bills and getting fired from law firms, assaulting his clients, taking advantage of people. I mean, he can't be trusted to represent even a single individual on a very minor lawsuit. How could he possibly be trusted to be Attorney General of the state of Michigan? It's a scary set of circumstances. He's, completely unfit for this office, and he has no business being anywhere near the Department of Attorney General.
In the first governor's debates, you were accused of skirting the law by the Republican nominee. You have said previously that you would not prosecute for folks that go through with abortions, correct? How is that not picking and choosing which laws to prosecute and which ones to not?
First of all, when I took an oath for this office, I took an oath to ensure that I was protecting the health, the safety, and the welfare of people around this state, and that includes the 2.2 million women of reproductive age. It does not serve the interests of our state to take women and their doctors and their nurses and put them in jail or prison for a medical procedure that has been legal in this state and in this country for 50 years now. I have prosecutorial discretion. There's a lot of types of laws that are routinely not enforced, but they're on the books. I don't enforce Adultery laws, for instance, they're on the books. Should I? Well, I only have so many resources. Instead, I've focused on things like sexual assault and domestic violence and child abuse and predators who are actually really hurting people all around the state. Those are the ways that I've focused my office and used the resources of my office. I don't think that people want me to use the resources of my office to put women and their doctors in jail or prison for a medical procedure that might be life-saving for them.
Last one I have here. I know that you've kind of hinted on it before, talked about it in previous interviews, but not with me. So I do want to ask you, why not debate Mr. DePerno?
Well, because Mr. DePerno is so ethically compromised that actually the rules for prosecutorial ethics actually prohibit me from even debating him. Why? Because we were referred a case in our office by the Michigan Department of State involving a number of tabulators, election equipment, all over the state of Michigan that had fallen into the hands of third parties. And that's what we knew about it when we started investigating it. Well, the more that we investigated this case, eventually we saw that it led straight to my opponent, Matthew DePerno. And at that point, we had to refer the case out. I can't prosecute my opponent. That's not ethically responsible. So we gave it to the Prosecuting Attorneys Association of Michigan. They referred it to a special prosecutor who is now investigating, and it will be up to that prosecutor to decide if charges are filed. But the fact is, Mr. DePerno can't stop talking about this. He talks about it over and over again, and you can play tape of the things that he said about this. But if this comes up during the course of a debate, I can't even discuss the details of it. And so it's like going into a boxing match with one hand tied behind my back. But further, what Mr. DePerno has done over and over again is told flagrant lies about the 2020 election. And it undermines the safety and the security of our elections when he does so. So to give him a platform where he's allowed to spew these lies and to talk about the election not being accurate when we've had over 250 audits in the state of Michigan, the Republican Senate Oversight Committee, who investigated this, determined that we had a safe and secure election. And even Trump's own staff, whether it be Bill Barr, the former Attorney General of the United States, or Trump's legal counsel, we saw that they said that there was no fraud in Antrim County. And yet to allow Matthew DePerno in a debate to talk about something that we know is not true, I think it undermines people's confidence in our elections. And to give him a platform to spew disinformation, it's just not something I'm willing to do.
Is there anything that you would like to discuss for this election that I haven't asked you about?
No, I just think that when you hold an office like this, I'm a constitutional officer of this state, and I have tried to comport myself with integrity and honesty, and to be straightforward about what my positions are and what I would do in office, and I've done those things. But the biggest thing is this: I want people to see that state government represents everybody, irrespective of your geography or your income or your race or your religion. I mean, this should be an office where we represent everyone equally under the law, and it shouldn't be a place where people are spewing words of malice and violence and bigotry. And that's what I'm concerned about when I look at my opponent. I mean, if you just look at the language that he uses, I think it's dangerous. I'm there to prevent hate crimes, not to create them. And that's a big difference between us.
Attorney General, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.